You there! What day is it?
It's Christmas Day!
We've decorated our Rob.
With the sweater, which drives me a little more crazier every episode.
But not as crazy as Soos and the Real Girl. This is one of my favorite episodes. I love this setup. Partially because you know this stuff kind of happens. Like with some people out there, they become obsessed.
Kind of. This
is probably a mild episode compared to like what other people do with their.
I laughed so hard at this because as somebody with an anime background, I'm like, a Japanese dating sim episode? Yes, please.
So no, that's right, because I've heard these. There's actually like these. There's these games that like. Do they teach you how to date, or is it actually like
No, it's just about living out your sexual fantasies.
No, but yeah, it's something like that where it's like talk to a girl, and it's like, would you like me to carry your books or something?
Well,
Is that part of it, or
yeah,
this one at least
depending on the game, you can do sort of whatever you want. So you can be a nice guy, or you can go to dark places with it, depending on who's making the game and how. If it's an H game, you can go to dark places with it. Let me tell you, the H stands for hentai. Tentacles. But well, I laugh when they're like recommended by 9 out of 10 basement dwellers. I'm like that. I believe that's a bit of an in-joke, because if I'm not mistaken, I think the word otaku literally means basement dweller.
Oh, really? Is that
in Japanese? Yeah, I think so. Or is that hikimori?
I
think otaku either means like house dweller or basement dweller, or hikimori is apparently a harsher term. That I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember Welcome to the NHK and how it was.
Anywho, okay, so in this episode, Soos I always forget if it's his mother or his grandmother. Always forget. I apologize. Blame me in the comments after saying Merry Christmas. But
I love reading Zeus's diary.
Yeah, it's a
His
little
life is
too
like my
into,
soap opera.
Yeah, it's a little too into what he's doing, but he. I'm assuming he lives with her, right? Or does she live with him? Because he does technically have a job, but it can't be enough to support a house. She's got to have that's got to be like. Retirement
Doesn't matter.
Anywho, so they live together, and his cousin is getting married. So she really wants him to get a date, and he's never been on a date before. So of course Mabel comes in and says she's going to help him out.
That reminds me. Before I forget, so last episode I missed the Swatch alert. It was a unicorn.
And this one is Sprinkle.
No, this one we got like 3, dude.
Yeah,
it starts off. We get Sprinkles. We get the Soos shirt.
Say Sprinkle. I just the way he says
Sprinkles. Sprinkles. And so we start off with Sprinkles. Then we get the Soos shirt where she misspelled like the O.
Oh, that's right, the O.
I made a mistake. And then she's got the ref shirt on at the end of it. This was a trifecta of Mabel sweaters.
I love how
this was a tri-swatch.
I keep track of like all the mysteries and stuff. Like you keep track of the sweaters. Like that's the most important thing to you.
Yeah, Doug. Some of us keep track of the important things.
Clearly. So he goes and finds this game that was it Love Academy 7 or something like that, and it's apparently supposed to help you to learn how to date. But
it was very close to dating sims I've seen. It was a pretty good representation. A very Disneyfied representation. But I'm like, because I'm just like, where's option?
It's still scary.
Yeah, I'm like, where's option C? Stick it in. I'm like,
but so he goes home and he puts this in and he comes across a girl named Giffany, or is it Giffany? I never know how to pronounce it.
Or is it Giffany?
So
I prefer Giffany.
But it turns out she's this very advanced, like experimental device that. You don't even need to have the machine plugged in. As soon as you put the CD in, it's like she will follow you everywhere, and she becomes obsessed. And
made me laugh because I was like, well, this is every otaku's dream. It's like, I can love you. We could be together forever. And I'm just like, there's a bunch of guys in Japan who are just like, okay.
If only one day. Japan, I'm sure here too.
Oh, well, was it Krieg from Archer would be all over that.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought.
If only I can make you hologrammatic.
Yeah,
hey, that's where she went. She didn't die.
She became the hologram.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, she didn't die.
That's
she met up with Krieg, and he's like, I will make you real.
So I wonder if that's like a little not a hat to archery. You gotta wonder because it does look. I mean, I know a lot of the anime characters look very similar, but I mean, it's like it is kind of the same idea. But so he finds
so funny.
But he finds a real woman. They get along great, and she's a little awkward too, but they get along really well. And they decide to go on a date. This makes Tiffany very upset. Starts to do really all this cool stuff, like going to the arcade machines
I went
and
all
taking
Five
over.
Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, took over the Showbiz Pizza animatronics,
okay.
which kudos for making a Showbiz
Kudos
Pizza.
for remembering Showbiz. The 80s awareness this guy has is
Unbelievable.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be kids everywhere, like, you know,
What's
way
Chuck E.
younger than
Cheese,
us.
right? No.
Yeah, Chuck E.
fucking
Cheese.
Showbiz Pizza, okay?
Fuck you, Chuck E. Cheese. Showbiz Pizza was better.
Apparently
Showbiz
there's-
Pizza was weirder. It was definitely weirder. It had
Apparently there's a documentary about like what happened to Showbiz Pizza, and I'm really
Well,
curious to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
because Showbiz Pizza had a weird southern angle, and it was like you had what was it, Billy Bob Bear, and then his sidekick.
I don't remember the names. I just remember.
No,
they looked
but
like
then
they
the
were scary.
band in the middle, that's what made me laugh, because I'm like, what were they called? The Rockefeller Explosion or something? Or
I can't remember.
they had a giant gorilla named Fats who was playing, but they all look like the characters, and the one that freaked me out the most was not only Billy Bob, because I was like, that was a dead ringer Billy Bob they put in there, but the cheerleader, I'm like, oh my god, she was in that band.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and she was
this
just
dude,
creepy looking. Yeah.
Alex Hersher, who had whatever the creative team, that they totally remembered that, and I'm like, sweet. I feel like I'm like 7 years old again, and it's like 1986.
So
God, we're old.
So she tries to split them up, both figuratively and physically. I'm sure she actually tried to split them. And
I'll distract them. The children regard you. They're children.
yeah, I do love that because you do kind of forget. It's like, oh yeah, they are just kids. It's like she should be protecting them. So finally throws the CD into the fire, and he, I guess, kind of has a girlfriend, but they break up because she's going back to Portland or something, which I didn't like. I would have liked if this character
They should have just kept her around.
Yeah,
why
and
not?
she was nice, and she was weird and kind of awkward too, but she was really, like, you know, pleasant. They should have kept her. And that was a sweet character.
I don't understand.
But maybe they have better plans for him. I don't know. But anywho, they and yeah, that's the episode. Like I said, a lot of great references to stuff. A lot of like background text jokes. Like, you know, like one of the magazines was avoid eye contact. A lot of the stories was like overalls are cute now. The arcade, life avoider, and back pat.
Oh, the return of the Street Fighter guy.
Yeah, fighter.
Yeah, that was great. Aha, a new challenger. Blah!
But here's an interesting thing. I've seen this a couple times when Stan is throwing out the old animatronic thing. There's spray paint on there that it's either a muffin or a mushroom cloud, but it's popped up a couple times. I'm kind of wondering, a muffin wouldn't make sense, but if it's a mushroom cloud, yeah, you gotta wonder if that's like a hint for either what has happened or what's going to happen, because they keep talking about like the end of the world and stuff.
It's a mystery.
Oh, and with that said, okay, the little ending that they have here, I really love this one. It says, winning hearts by daylight, possessing robots by moonlight, her emotional baggage is real fright. She has the one name, Giffany.
She has the one that
That's-
Tiffany.
That's great. I'm not even a Sailor Moon fan. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Now you have to hate on Sailor Moon. Is there anybody you haven't pissed off in these vlogs?
That's why people watch them. They're like, who can I get angry at now?
You need to have more fun. Look, I have a mustache.
What I really like about this episode is it's very much like people who do this will become you, except when the light goes
I
off.
turned off. No, it's draining my power.
No, you got to do it like National Lampoon's Vacation.
Joy to the world.
Nice.
Oh, I feel my power coming back.
So yeah, no, there is something where it's like every time I see these things, like I hear these like sort of reference or talk about, it's like on the one hand I am very much like, dude, it's your life, do whatever you want, but I'm also kind of like, you know, okay, it's not my place to judge, I don't want to judge, but I'm just like, you know, people care about you, dude. I mean, whoever you are, dating whatever, an anime character or whatever, I mean, it's like there's And this episode shows it's like there's people out there's so many variety of people, and yeah, some are probably harder to find that have specific tastes that you have, but it's like, dude, it's a big world out there, man, and be happy with the person. Or
But Doug, maybe some people aren't meant for the world. Did you ever think that maybe it's better that they're just fine in their basement? Like,
there are definitely people who
there are some, like, admitted, you've met maybe one or two people in your life that you're just like, maybe it's better they're in their basement.
Well, that
Admit it. They're happy, and you know what? The world doesn't have to deal with it. Everybody knows one. Come on, all of you out there, you know there's one.
But you can't
Just one.
help, and I know it's
And
like
if they're happy, they're happy.
I mean,
they're happy.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't really. Yes, but at the same time, it's like, you know, the part of me that really cares, and it's like there's.
Okay, see, if the crazy part of me that has the sweater on and goes nuts because the sweater talks to me went outside, would you think that's a good idea?
No, but I'm saying there's somebody else
Which is why
out
when I
there.
go outside, I take the sweater off.
There's somebody else out there who'd be just as crazy and maybe taking that chance and going out there and risking it. You can find that person.
Ladies, I'm married, so.
I was gonna say, I mean, I haven't seen her quite dressed up like this yet, but maybe next.
I'm trying to get her. This will be a Halloween costume.
I was gonna say, like, sort of a Christmas and Halloween. Dress up like that for Thanksgiving. There you go. It'll be a Thanksgiving
Sweet.
costume.
Christmas came early.
Not going there. Yeah, I love the creativity of this episode. I love how she can go into all these different machines. I love the angles. Like, I love when that cheerleader is walking. You see her in the arcade walking with her and stuff. That was great. I love the.
Just my tie here. And bow tie.
I love the idea of having a fight sequence, a climax, in a Showbiz Pizza, and all these things turn into weapons, like the ball pit and the going on the slides, taking the shoes off.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I want more with that. When
Taking the shoes off, I think, was my favorite.
I wanted more of that. That's the one thing where it's like, it would have been great if like they followed her in and they went through the tubes and said, maybe they can do it in another episode. But it's like, that could be fun.
Oh, and we're forgetting the greatest line ever. Grunkle Stan opens his suitcase filled with a flashlight, rope, and black gloves and says, "Hello, old friends. I never thought I'd have to see you again. No more nights in Columbia."
Yeah,
No more
nights.
Columbia nights.
What a great... That is so funny. So, yeah, I really love this episode. It's a Soos-centered episode, which we don't really see either, and I thought it was just a lot of fun. It has a great moral to it. It shows that there is hope for those who are just stuck to their who date their computer screen. And yeah, go meet people, man. You know, it's or stay in the basement. I don't know what's the ethical choice here, because if you're happy, whatever. But it's like, we care, man.
Do what's right for the universe. If it's right for you to leave and go, then go. But if it's better that you stay inside, then stay inside.
There's somebody that wants to be with you and look after you. It's just not me, okay? But I still care about you.
Wow, I didn't go that far.
No, but it's like there are people out there. And
it's not
like,
me. Go away. You'll find somebody.
I don't have the patience, but I do have the caring to at least say, go find that person.
So you have the
that
caring
it's
to
worth it.
judge somebody to tell them to get them the hell
Not
out
judge,
of the basement,
just
but
give
say
advice. Advise. I'm the advisor here. I don't get too involved.
Let me get this straight. I care enough to judge you and tell you to get the hell out of your basement, but don't bother me when you do it.
Yes. That's the Christmas message that we're getting across today. If you want more sentimental, go watch my other Christmas video if you want something more sentimental. But you know what I'm talking about. It's like it's like, yeah, they're happy. It's like, okay, that's one hand, but on the other hand, it's like life, man. Beautiful life. And it's...
Doug, we're in Chicago right now, and technically, we're doing this as a joke, so it's like we're 5 days ahead of Christmas, but we're in Chicago and it's steel gray skies and 30 degrees outside and everything is dead.
Yes, and you should
Don't lecture me about going outside and experiencing life right now. Move to a better city if we want to experience life in winter.
I don't know. It's I guess an interesting debate, because it's like, because I've seen people that like make their living online, like on some of these interactive games where it's like they never leave, but they seem to be in control of it and seem to be fine.
My only thing is,
and they made a business out of it. I mean, so
my only thing is, don't be a douchebag. Like, if you're living in your basement and you're being a total freaking douchebag, that's different. Then go outside, get laid, do something to stop being a douchebag. But if you're in your basement and are completely happy and are nice to other people and not a complete douchebag, fine by me. You're not hurting me. If you're not hurting anybody, I don't know.
I mean, it's
or other animals.
You could very well be right. I mean, it's like you said, just because somebody thinks it's weird doesn't mean it's wrong. If they're happy and not hurting anybody, it's like fair enough. I mean, it is one of those things that's like I don't know, I'm very on the fence about it. I think. You know what it is? I think when you feel like you're not doing anything, you feel like you've given up caring and you've given up like, oh, that's just, I'm not even gonna try. But it's like, no, I do care. But is that also overstepping a bound where it's like going into somebody's life and interfering where you shouldn't interfere? So it's like, I'm very down the middle on this.
Well, people have to want to change, though. You're not going to be able to force them to do
That's very true. But you always hear about that person that's like, this person didn't give up, this person was there. But it's like, again, it's always like, this person interfered with everything.
And then they write a romantic comedy called Silver Linings Playbook around it. So, all I can say is, sitting here in a sweater that says "Take Me Home Tonight" in a Christmas wreath, Christmas lights and tinsel, I'm not one to judge.
Yeah, we really shouldn't talk.
So I'm not going to judge.
But I don't know. It's an interesting conversation, to say the least. I know a lot of people just be like, well, it's obvious. You should go out there and meet somebody. But it's like you sort of said, if they're not bothering anybody and they're happy, it's like, who are we to judge? Who are we to say you have to do this? So I don't know. It just has a job.
You know what Hitler's problem was? Nobody told him to go outside and make friends.
Maybe. If there's anything he was very bad at, it was motivating people and getting them on his side.
He was really
if he
bad
had
just gone out there and made a few more friends, like say an entire nation's worth of friends, he could have gotten stuff.
People that just said hi. Hi Hitler. That's all he wanted. Just people to say hi Hitler. This is a great Christmas video.
Is today the last day of Hanukkah, or was that technically going to be yesterday? It was a Christmas Eve, because I know they synced up today. Yeah. Merry Christmas, possibly Happy Hanukkah, or day
and
after.
Hi Hitler. This is awful.
You know what? It could be worse. I think really all things considered, I'm less crazy this time with the sweater, so... Maybe
it's rubbing off on me, I think. I think it's rubbing off on me.
Maybe I'm not becoming Maple. Don't you think so, Dipper?
I'm concerned. Merry Christmas, guys. If you want more sentiment, go watch the Channel Awesome video.